Alrighty, we are back. We are still in, obviously, Ishgard and obviously Fortome Manor. Maybe not as obviously that second part, but anyway. We are talking to the sons. Apparently, they each have a quest for us. Emmanellain. I believe he's the younger son. Onwards and upwards. I think they have us going. If I remember correctly, they have us going to different zones. Shall we be off then, old girl? He's got like this young little boy servant too. It's weird. Ah, but where are my manners? Emmanellain de Fortome, second son of Count Edmond de Fortome, trueborn, that is. Yes, I know what you're thinking, and you are absolutely right. What ill fortune to be born second in a society where the eldest inherits all. Oh, my brother would never cut me off, 'tis true, but who could be satisfied subsisting on a meager allowance, forever overshadowed by his sibling? Not I, old girl, not I. Which is why I need your help to ensure that this business in the Sea of Clouds goes swimmingly, so that the tales of my great deeds can win me a place in the people's hearts, or better yet, raise me higher in their estimations than Artoriel. Ambitious, I grant you, but then I do have a legendary hero to do my bidding. Oh, don't look at me that way. I jest. Anyway, we are here. We are to aid the good men and women of House Haillenarte. 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 They have ever been steadfast friends to our house, though they've fallen on hard times since the calamity. Poor blighters. As for what precisely we will be doing, well, what fun would it be if I told you everything in advance? Just come along with me to the airship landing. We'll need to take the airship to Camp Cloudtop. And he walks off, followed by his small boy retainer. Seriously, the kid is short, so like, pretty young, I'd say, probably. Artoriel, over the wall. Let us begin anew, Mistress Valkyr. I am Sir Artoriel de Fortome, eldest son of Count Edmond de Fortome. You will forgive me my outburst, I hope. I meant no disrespect. I merely consider myself equal to the duties entrusted to me, unlike some. Orchafont has spoken of you often. If you are even half the woman he claims, I shall be glad to have you at my side. To the matter at hand, then, we will be assisting my esteemed compatriots of houses Durandare and Zemel. You are aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it. Aye, well, suffice it to say, the prospect of assisting said houses does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture. We shall speak more of that anon. First, we must needs secure transport to Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Chocobo stables and foundation. I think even if you end up helping both of them, like one after the other here, and not kind of following the quest line for either of them, like where the location they take us to, you will end up doing, for the most part, most of your questing to begin with in like wherever the Chocobo porter takes you, as opposed to where the airship landing takes you. The airship landing areas happen later, as far as I remember, no matter which one you choose. But let's test that theory. Let's try the airship landing first. That is the younger brother, I believe. So we took the Aethernet shard over to the Astrologium area. Astrologicum. The airship ticketer here will just... Oh, are you ready to depart, madam? The airship bound for Camp Cloudtop will be leaving shortly. So now that I think about it... whatever, we'll do this. I might have to just, when I label this video, I might have to leave off the other quest, because I think this one will take long enough to do 2 videos on. But now we have the Sea of Clouds area. Abalethia's Spine is kind of like the bigger area, I think. I don't know. But basically, we have like floating islands, land masses that seem...
Upon an airship, conceived within the fecund mind of Cid Garland, renegade prodigy of Garlemald, who had come to call Eorzea home.
But yeah, lots of land masses that are supported by like nothing more than
High into the heavens, where isles of earth and stone floated as clouds.
there you go.
A frontier the knights of Ishgard had scarce begun to explore.
Mm-hmm.
To a fledgling outpost within the sea of clouds, where careworn scouts ever scanned the skies for winged shadows, she came.
She, me? Am I she? Oh, it looks like it, maybe. But Sea of Clouds might be the name of this area because it's above the clouds, like all of these land structures that are connected with like small land bridges and floating in just air. Give me a theme for this area at least. The other area that we can go to via the Chocobo stables is just regular landmass. All of it, as far as I remember. There's a lot to do here to kind of get started, but then you go over to the other area to do a lot more before coming back here, or kind of like back here but further north, I think. But anyway, we'll keep going. So here's Emmanellain, the younger brother. Awfully cold up here. I mean, Korthus may not be blessed with the warmest weather in the world, but compared to this, it seems positively balmy. And of course, our hero is wholly unperturbed. You don't have to maintain that strong, silent persona all the time, you know? Never mind. We need to find Lady Laniate. Laniai. So Iaitte. Laniate. I'm going to call it Laniat. I'm going to go Laniat. Laniite. She's in charge of the garrison here. Oh, and when we find her, just follow my lead. Yes? Excellent. Alright, baby bro. Baby bro. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just put that in your head. I apologize strongly. Okay, I know that there's airship attendant here. Would take me back. But the airship is kind of mostly wood colored. There's some kind of more kind of orangey gold coloring as well, or brass. Some darker colors in the middle and kind of at the bow, or bow. I think bow is front. Bow is front, stern is aft, I believe. Or aft is back, and I don't know. Front and aft. I don't know. We'll get the Chocobo keep because I believe we can also Chocobo. I don't remember. But I do have a habit of not picking up this crystal. So now I'm going to break that habit. Grab the Aetherite. I just saw a delivery Moogle, so I made sure that whether I did or didn't have any deliveries that I have just not picked up. And then there's only one exit from this little area to get downwards, and it's over here next to the Chocobo Keep. You just go east, southeast, and then 90-degree turn to the northish, 90-degree turn to the westish, and then 90-degree turn to the southish. And then we've got some bats, some wind spirits. Again, we have these giant kind of bulbous flowers, like literally 5 times as tall as I am. Big kind of green bulbs, a lot of like green petals, just kind of but like a ball, and then on top of the ball is the like sprouting kind of strands of reddish, but yeah, a bunch of those here, and then some like tall kind of like pillar plants, and some more plants that are tall that have already sprouted more than the other green ones I described. We got some dodo bird looking things. These purplish tall plants, kind of like a column cactus kind of thing, but not spiny at all. Can't fly yet, so we're running. But we're just going to continue running east southeast. We are going to reach pretty soon a kind of like a tree fort / wood fort kind of area. There's what I call it, suspension bridges from place to place. You can actually walk up these nets as well. I believe. Yeah, you can walk up the nets. Like so. And yeah, I don't need to right now, so I'm gonna stay on the ground, but I was just demonstrating. Kind of like there's a windmill, a couple windmills actually, few windmills actually. Yeah, tree forts, kind of what's going on here. Kind of cool little area. And Lanyat, cutscene. Female knight of Ishgard. Mistress Valkyr, welcome. I am Ser Lanyat de Helenarte, commander of the forces stationed here at Camp Cloudtop. I'm going to keep doing clamp for some reason. Camp Cloudtop, because the next word is cloud, CL. Strange though it may sound, I have long dreamed of meeting you. I am in your debt, you see, and shall ever remain so. Were it not for you, my younger brother Francel would have been executed upon the word of a false inquisitor. Oh, you're Francel's sister, cool. Alas, a knight must go where duty demands, and thus have I been unable to seek you out. But by the grace of Halone, I have been granted an opportunity to thank my brother's savior in person, and to call upon her generous aid besides. Truly, I know not what I have done to deserve this double blessing. Ahem. 'Tis a pleasure to see you again, my lady Lanyat. You cut an elegant figure as always, a steel-clad rose, equally at home on a battlefield or in a ballroom. Oh, you hopeless flirt. Lord Emmanellain, if it is not too much to ask, I should be grateful if you would allow me to finish speaking with Mistress Valkyr. He's like taken aback. Camp Cloudtop, I said it right this time, was established to provide an early warning of impending Dravanian incursions. The high elevation afforded by the floating isles makes it ideal for this purpose. Naturally, it also makes us a ready target for attack. We are not defenseless, however. The Protector, our largest and most advanced airship, is capable of downing all but the mightiest of dragons. Alas, as you may have noticed, it is currently undergoing repair. What is worse, our efforts have been hampered by an indigenous beast tribe known as the Vanu, with whom we have had several skirmishes already. No beastman is a match for a man of Ishgard. Bring me a birdman and I'll show him a thing or two. He blows her a kiss. She sighs. I fear much and more may be asked of you in the days to come, Mistress Valkyr. She bows to you. Onwards and Upwards is complete. Yeah, I'm definitely going to label this video Onwards and Upwards and then follow the storyline there. So, an indispensable ally. While I understand Count Edmont's intentions, I would rather not waste valuable time ensuring that the young lord doesn't get trampled underfoot. True, it is entirely possible that he may learn something from this experience, but if left to his own devices, I think it is far more likely that he will make a mess of things. Tell him that I would like him to keep watch for Dravanian outflyers. Then, when you have a moment to speak with his manservant in private, make it clear that it is his responsibility to keep Emmanellain from shirking his duty. Ah, okay. Okay. Emmanellain kind of looks downtrodden. A request from Lanyat? Why didn't she think to ask me in person? Surely she must see me standing here but a few yalms away. Oh, never mind. What is it? A mission of paramount importance. Keep watch for Dravanian outflyers. The other option I just didn't want to take. It's like, keep watch for random shit. A mission? Yes, of course. That is why I'm here. I shall do as my lady asks. And he runs off. And now we speak to Honoroit, the little manservant dude. Ah, Mistress Valkyr, I do not believe I have properly introduced myself. My name is Honoroit. H-O-N-O-R-O-I-T. Honoroit. And I serve at the pleasure of Lord Emmanellain. Yeah. Lady Lanyat would have me accompany Lord Emmanellain on his mission? Ah, I understand completely. I will do my utmost to keep him out of harm's way. And he runs off, and we get to speak to Lanyat alone. Were he of another house, mayhap I would not feel obligated to go to such lengths to preserve his safety and dignity. In any case, I appreciate you speaking to him for me. It would seem he actually listens to you, at least more so than others. Or mayhap you are more skilled at this than most. I suspect you have had to humor your fair share of difficult men before. Not really. It's been okay. Next quest, meeting the neighbors. Now that Emmanellain is out of harm's way, we are free to discuss matters of actual import, such as our struggles with the Vanu. We first encountered the Vanu several years ago when we had just begun to explore the Sea of Clouds. After an exchange of pleasantries and gifts, we received permission to construct a permanent lookout post. There was peace between our peoples for half a year until suddenly, for reasons unknown, their attitudes toward us changed. They began to attack our foraging parties without provocation, forcing us to rely more heavily on supplies flown in from Ishgard. But words are no substitute for first-hand experience. Go and see Ser Marielle. She could use your assistance. I'm guessing we forged, or you forged, something that is precious to them. This is a guess, because I have not followed these quest chains and dialogues and such as well as I wish I had, but that's why I'm making these videos. Marielle is kind of up top. I went up one of those nets that I was talking about. Odd that you can climb them so easily, because they are, if you've ever tried to climb a net, it's way harder than just walking along a suspension bridge or stairs, but anyway. We're deft-footed, apparently. Mistress Valkyrie, I presume? Lady Laniette told me you were coming. I hear tell you've never faced a Vanu before. Well, spend enough time on patrol and you're sure to cross paths with them eventually. These birdmen are native to the Floating Isles. I say birdmen, but they're not at all like the Ixal. Unless that Ixal's mother was a Gigas. Here, let me mark several locations on your map. If you discover any Vanu in these areas, kill or drive them away. Okay, kind of more of a diplomat here, but if you need me to kill stuff, I suppose I can. That was my paladin. 56. Okay, I'll do paladin for a while. Ooh, I can actually do more quests on my paladin. That's something to keep in mind. Probably on my white mage too. Yep. And dragoon. Yep. I should do those soon, actually. Maybe after I finish all the quests in this line. Because I'll have to do level 50, maybe? Yeah, 52, 54, 56 at least for all three of the other jobs. Red Mage is already caught up because it didn't require me to get to a certain point in the storyline to continue. Because Red Mage is a non-starter class, if that makes sense. It didn't come out with A Realm Reborn or the original Final Fantasy XIV. So we're on Paladin. We're at the destination. And we sense a hostile presence. I gotta remember how to play Paladin now. Not difficult. Slower, but not difficult. Is this my shield lob? Yeah. It didn't work for some reason. So we face a couple, what I would call, kind of owl humanoids. They're not quite owl bears. They're kind of more... owl bears kind of look more like yetis. They're kind of more yeti-like. These are puffed up, kind of owly... kind of owls, I guess, I suppose. Humanoid owls, although owls are already shaped fairly humanoid if you think about it, as are... I don't know. Anyway. Another destination here. There's also some kind of like bug-looking guys. Shaped kind of like a ladybug, but not red with, you know, red, black, and white. You steel yourself for a mighty struggle, yet find no Vanu lying in wait. So destination 2 is clear. Destination 3 is up some of these winding... floating pathways. We got aggroed by a bat, but we're too fast. So fast. You have no chance, bat. But they're called Pisces. They look kind of like upright ladybugs, kind of, but you know, they're kind of brownish and beige. Beige? I'm not really good with beige. I don't really know what beige is. I think a beige is kind of like a white, but... Alright, we got a couple more owl bear looking dudes, owl dudes. This one is hand to hand, the other one's a caster. Do I have a way to use my shield, or like my... I can't make damage with it, sadly. So that that paladin gauge that you have that you can use to kind of shield yourself from it, like basically raise your shield for 4 seconds. I can't use it yet to do any extra damage, and when I'm like not taking any damage in the first place, there's no point at all in using it. So we'll see. We'll save it for if I do get attacked by a lot of stuff. But 2-on-1, easy stuff for a 56 paladin against level 50 monsters. What's this? It's an icon I've never seen before. Something cloud related? I don't know. Anyway, we Jazz Wolf on the ground, all the way southwest, back to the treehouse kind of area. We'll go back up the net to this westernmost treehouse outpost overlook tower thing. Marielle with her spyglass. Finished with your patrol? Anything to report? Maybe it was too much to hope for a day without a skirmish. At least I can take solace in the fact that Halone has blessed us with a mighty ally. And I think my paladin is all geared up. 130 on everything. Yeah. So I'll take Gil again. Gil again. I've probably made that stupid joke before. Anyway, meeting the neighbors is done. Sense of urgency is started. Accepting your recent clashes with the Vanu, it cannot have escaped your notice that things here are rather peaceful, to the detriment of our garrison's discipline. Despite being built as an observation post, we have yet to record a single intrusion by the Horde. That is why, as far as everyone is concerned, Camp Cloudtop is a backwater of no significance. And of course, the pride of our camp, the vaunted Protector, is in a perpetual state of needing repairs. So even were the Holy See to come under Dravanian attack, we would be unable to fly to their aid. Simply put, Mistress Valkyr, this is where ambition comes to die. If you haven't aspirations for advancement, you'll be right at home. However, I would like to think that enthusiasm can be just as contagious as apathy. If you'll indulge me, I would have you seek out the sentries and stoke their fighting spirit. Psych them up, you might say. Psych is an action you can take. It's a emote kind of thing. I can actually put it up my bar, and I'm going to do it to make it easier. Alright, so we do social emotes. Where is Psych? It's not on my most recently used, I guess. So PSY Psych will drag you to X. Yeah. And one of the tricks in Final Fantasy XIV, at least, is if you are approaching something and literally still moving toward it, so like walking, running, whatever, you can't be flying because you can't do that stuff while flying, but I'll hop off my mount, I will target the thing, and while in motion, use that emote. It prevents you from doing the motion and wasting the time it takes to do the motion, because the effect you get from it doesn't happen until after the emote finishes. So if you're moving and you click the emote while moving, while targeting what you're supposed to emote toward, the emote happens instantly, and then you get the reaction instantly. And this is Emmanellain. Is it an attack? What should we do? What should we do? You had me fooled there for a moment, old girl. An amusing jest, albeit a tad cruel. Surely you must realize how unsuited I am to the monotony of mere sentry duty. Yet still you tempt me with a promise of excitement. No, this won't do. This won't do at all. Lady Laniette will give me a grand mission as befits my station. And Honoroit kind of cheers and runs after him. They were both kind of just dawdling underneath one of those big old bulb plant things. The next one, we kind of went west here around some of the structures. We couldn't make a beeline directly for this next place. Go around stuff. Gonna get aggroed by this bat, no problem. I'm a paladin. They literally can't do shit to me. House Halienter Knight, number 2, or number 1, I guess. Ye gods, where did that come from? Fine, if you insist, I will make an effort to be more alert. But really, I fail to see the point. We're hundreds of miles away from the front lines, which is just the way I like it. Thank you very much. I couldn't tell if it was male or female, so I don't really care if I got the voice right. It didn't look close enough. All Ellison look one or the other, androgynous. Fight me if you disagree. Sorry. This one's a dude. But what? What is it? Is it the Horde? By the Fury, whatever possessed you to do that? I'm awake. I'm awake. Worry not. After the shock you just gave me, I doubt I'll sleep for a fortnight. Psych Up is more or less, I guess, yelling alongside somebody. Like, ah, we got this. But I guess in this case, it's interpreted as, like, oh my god, something's happening. Marielle? Many thanks, Mistress Valkyr. Already I can see a change in our sentry's behavior. Beg your pardon, Lord Emmanellain said what? Ha, well, I have no doubt that Lady Laniette will do her utmost to oblige him. And once again, we will just take the gill, racking it up here, buds. 26 minutes, let's do another, I don't care, they're not that long. Hope springs eternal. If Lord Emmanellain is going to demand a more dangerous duty, then I expect Lady Laniette will want you to accompany him. You to accompany him. Ah, you might as well speak with her sooner rather than later. There's no use avoiding the inevitable. We will actually run along some suspension bridges for now, or just one, I suppose. Boo, I wish there was more. Rather than down the net, and then down just a normal kind of ramp bridge to the ground. Laniette here. Mistress Valkyr, Lord Emmanellain has just informed me that mere sentry duty is beneath him. I understand we have you to thank for this epiphany. Hey, you had me psych him up. Wait, no. The other gal did. Well, there's nothing for it but to give him something more demanding then. Can I count on you to keep him safe? Of course. Excellent. We are in constant need of fresh water in Camp Cloudtop, as there are no underground resources we can tap with wells. However, there is a unique variety of crystal we have recently discovered which may enable us to obtain water through other means. These spring crystals can be found in Vor Sian Siren, Voor space Sian space Siran, Vor Sian Siren, to the east of here. I would have you and Emmanellain bring one back to us. You may have to contend with the feral beasts which populate the lakes, not to mention Vanu scouts ranging from their nearby settlement. Of course, that all pales in comparison to keeping the young lord entertained, but you have doubtless grown accustomed to that by now. Good luck, and be safe. Emmanellain here. Lady Laniette told you to tell me about my mission once again? If I didn't know any better, I'd swear she's avoiding me. Anyway, what is it? A vital mission on the success of which the very survival of Camp Cloudtop rests. The procurement of potable water. Yeah, I'll go with that one again. Finally, it's about time she entrusted me with a mission of real import. Right then, let's go. Ah, to be young, want to prove yourself, and be in love. In love despite probably not knowing much at all about the woman. Which, you know, that could happen at any age, but it gets a little bit more difficult the older you get. Because different things matter as you get older. For instance, this channel, these videos are never rated as being made for children, so I can just say that, like, sex has become less important. It would still be cool to have a vibrant sex life with your lady, but I value communication and just like having that person be the one that you just can't wait to talk to every day. And good cuddles, good makeouts, good kisses. I value those more than sex these days. But, you know, I wouldn't shake a fist at or throw a stick at some good sex. Anyway, Emmanellain, we've gone northeast, kind of back the way we came before, but a little bit further. There are like some shallow waters, like the springs, I suppose, here. Yeah, that's about it. There's water sprites and little like dragon kind of snakes. So this is the Vor Sian Siren of legend, and nary a Vanu in sight. How disappointing. I could do with some sport. I know, Why don't you and I make it a competition? Whoever finds the superior specimen wins. Honorroyd shall judge our entries on size, purity, and say aesthetic sensibilities. Let us begin at once. Okay. Now I understand kind of why I had to inspect more than one. So we want to, as far as I remember, kind of skirt the outside south edge here. I don't think that the specimens you can click on start until you go up this kind of like stone ramp slash. You ever made a model of something and like it's not a flat smooth stone ramp. It's kind of got levels to it. So that's what I'm trying to describe. And we have to go up to the next one too. Shit. Okay, I guess we have to go up both ramps to get to the actual specimens. Anyway, there's also some kind of big worms here. Not as big as the ones you fought in Final Fantasy X in my other videos, but like roughly the size of 2 humans in length, or 2 humanoids in length. There's some green, short, kind of stubby crystals. They're still about 2 to 3 sizes as tall as you. This water crystal does not appear to exhibit the properties described by Lady Laniette. Perhaps you should inspect another. Perhaps I shall. I don't know if you have to inspect that one for the second one to be the right one, but the second one has always been the right one for me. It's a little bit bigger. There's a little bit more gray, kind of stonish hue to it, but it's still... This one's like 4 humans, actually maybe like 6 humans tall. This water crystal does not appear to exhibit the properties... I thought that was the one I needed. Maybe it's this one by the tree. Anyway, you got some conodonts, the kind of reddish, purplish snake dragon things. Spring crystal number 3, a little bit bigger, more kind of longer to inspect, more earthy tones to it, but still a fair amount of green crystal-y. Green gemmy. This crystal appears to be secreting a steady stream of water. Perhaps it is a spring crystal Lady Laniette seeks. So we'll run with that in hand or having been inspected. We run west-northwest. I'm just going to go straight as much as I can across the water. Got some leeches. Leeches in this game, if I haven't described them before, and in Final Fantasy XI, are kind of just these balls that will just launch themselves at you. In 11, they are kind of fearsome. In old leveling parties, you mostly wanted to avoid them unless you had... They have an AoE attack down that they do. They have a drain that they can do to take the health and take it into themselves of at least one target. I think it's, usually whatever target they have the most threat on. But that attack down is vicious. It hurts in a party where you are under leveled for those things and trying to kill them for experience points and trying to kill them within a certain amount of time to maintain your experience chain. That hurts. So, but they're the same shape and color up here at this point. We're talking to Honorroyd. Ah, Mr. Falkir, have you brought your entry for the contest? Hand over the spring crystal. My understanding of such things is limited, but can this truly be used to draw moisture from air like water from a pump? Fascinating. Hope Springs Eternal is now done. This video is long. It's 34 minutes now. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to do another one, but I just didn't want each video to be gigantic, because I think this quest chain until I get back to Ishgard continues for at least maybe 3 or 4 more quests, so I'll do all those in the next video, I think. Anyway, I'll see you soon. I got nothing really to do, so I'm just going to start the next video now, but I'm going to post this one before. But ta-ta, see you soon.